1972, a crazy person named Don Dohler wrote and directed what would become his directorial debut, The Alien Factor. The film was shot in Baltimore, Maryland with an ultra-low budget of $3,500. In place of actors, Don Dohler used what he called local talent to perform the film's various characters. This is just a pretentious way of saying he picked a few random people off the street and told them to scream and run away from rubber aliens. After filming, the movie was shelved for 6 years, ultimately being released in 1978. The reasons for this are unclear, but rumors persist that many distributors were unimpressed by the film. Much of the film's effects work was done by Ernest D. Farino, who would actually go on to create effects for films including The Thing and The Terminator. The movie centers around a spacecraft, which crash lands in a small town, unleashing a plethora of alien creatures to terrorize the town's innocent citizens. Admittedly, the premise is pretty imaginative and interesting, the spacecraft being a sort of extraterrestrial zoo. Unfortunately, with this film, the intentions surpass the execution. The film's greatest strong suits are the creatures, brought to life using costumes and stop-motion animation. The 3 creatures in the film include the Zagatile, the Lemoid, and the Infirbice. The Zagatile and the Infirbice creatures were created using suits and makeup, but the Lemoid was brought to life using some admittedly very impressive stop-motion animation. However, the 2 other aliens don't really meet this standard, instead kinda looking like 2 Halloween costumes that got ran over on a highway. The characters in the film include the town sheriff, played by Tom Griffith, a Don Dohler alumni. Funny enough, most of this film's cast were reused for Don Dohler's subsequent film, Night Beast, but that's a topic for another time. The acting is objectively god-awful. It's almost like the actors didn't even know they were filming their scenes. But I guess that's what you get for hiring non-actors for your movie.
What the hell's going on, Jack?
I wish I knew, Bert.
You wish you knew?
The writing is top-tier shit as well. This character, who's supposed to be an astronomer, uses meteor and meteorite interchangeably as if they're the same thing. This sheriff's office set here was actually built in director Don Dohler's basement. Upon release, The Alien Factor received pretty terrible reviews, with many citing its horrid acting and shoddy nature to be the main factors. No pun intended. TV Guide gave the film -2 stars out of 5, calling it quote-unquote silly. Fortunately, The Alien Factor has actually received a cult following in the years after its release. However, in 2001, Don Dohler would actually return to direct a sequel titled Alien Factor 2: The Alien Rampage, which admittedly has little to do with the original. Unfortunately, Don Dohler would pass away in 2006, leaving behind a legacy of cult films in his wake. In 2016, Retro Media Entertainment released a special edition Blu-ray of the film. However, I myself own the 2002 DVD, which looks like total ass and also starts out like this.
When I was a kid, you could go to the drive-in on a Friday night and see gallons of spurting blood, big-ass motorcycles, and lots of girls with
What the fuck is happening right now? So, how does The Alien Factor hold up? The film is objectively bad, with terrible acting and a monotonous pace. But, for some reason, I kind of find it endearing. Don't get me wrong, I think it's boring and kind of fucking sucks, but I admire Don Dohler's sense of gung-ho filmmaking. There's a difference between bad films with no passion behind them and passionate bad films. And I really do find Don Dohler's films to be the latter. He clearly had so much fun behind the camera that I can't really fault the guy. Hell, he had so much fun he made the same fucking thing 3 more times! So if you enjoy little tacky movies like this, I definitely recommend it. You can find it pretty cheap online with a quick search. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Schlock Cinema. And remember, a meteor and meteorite aren't the same fucking thing.